An absolutely explosive performance from eUnited on their map pick of Overpass. Now we prepare to head to the depths of Nuke. That, of course, is the map pick of Kinguin. How are you feeling as we get ready to head on through into this risk?
Pretty excited, pretty excited. This could be a secondary map that could take us to a third one. I feel like Kinguin, very solid usually on Nuke. eUnited haven't really seen the best from them, so yeah, it's up to eUnited to kind of surprise here. They have the possibility of taking this 2-0, really making sure that they can show the rest of this tournament that they're not just a rookie team coming in here just to get some practice. They actually want to do well, and they have the potential to do well. And now we have the chance to see if they can do that on Nuke.
Yes, we definitely do. So what do you think we need to see from Taz and his merry band of Looney Tunes in order to pull this back here on Nuke?
Well, probably some Acme explosives, all that stuff, you know, like Roadrunner.
Yeah?
Gonna call him in, see if he can use this expertise, maybe? I don't know, no. But Taz in general is a guy that, even though if he's with his back against the wall, like, he's like an animal, man. Like, he'll just lash out, he doesn't care. This is where he's best.
Yeah, I mean, he might not wear the mark of the bear anymore, but he surely still is one at heart. And then, you know, over on the side of eUnited, there's no denying it. They looked very, very good in that game just then. It was a dominant victory. You know, we kind of had everyone stepping up across the board, but I think most importantly, the decision-making of those guys. The actual calls that were coming in seemed to be, so, you know, just so well read of what Kinguin were trying to do, how they were playing. They kind of had them figured out down to a T-risk, it felt like. Yeah,
I definitely agree. I know the moose is quite a strong animal in real life, and it seemed like most of these players were fighting with the strength of meese, I guess, is the plural. I don't know. What's the plural of moose? I guess it's just more moose.
Yeah, it is just, I can assure you it's not meese.
No, I don't know. Well, English is not my first language.
I don't even think that like, gives you a free pass.
Yeah, in everything.
That does not.
Yeah. I guess it's just moose.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay.
One moose, more moose.
One moose, many meese. And speaking of, it sounds like I'm just pronouncing Manise's name wrong when I say many.
Have you ever seen a moose in real life?
I haven't. Well, I've seen this guy.
They're actually really glorious animals.
I can believe it. Speaking of glorious animals, we're about to head on through, and will we see Kinguin go unhinged animal instinct as we head on in to Nuke? Will it be a devastation? Or are eUnited going to be sending the polls home here and now? Map number 2 in this elimination best of 3, and already...
Wait.
This doesn't feel live anymore. It's really getting quite, you know, pumped up there, all excited. I'm like, and you know, then I see the TK come in, and I'm thinking,
frenzy you're petting, so we don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's some team, you know, friction there between Relics and I think it was Dazzle.
I highly doubt it. I just think it's just a way of showing that something's wrong, basically. Like, it has been that way for a long time in CS. If just the TK comes in, everyone knows, okay, there's something wrong. And then it's also a good way to get your aggression out on your teammates, of course.
Yeah, that's true. Take out your frustration on your friends.
Yeah, that's what I always do. That's why you're here, Harry.
Just working overtime to get this fixed. Risk is backstage, plugging in wires.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's figured it out. We're back in eUnited. Over on the T side, there's plenty of utility for them, and they're going to be going for a fast A play, barreling in towards SA bomb site. It's going to be Ace, and always fully flashed, but he still found one. Manise, well, in the heavens, Rallen in the backline. And oh no, this has all gone so wrong for eUnited. They lose everybody with the exception of Moose, and he wishes he was Meese right now. Wishes there were more of it. A 1v4. No armor as well. Aim Punch going to be playing into this. He does have a smoke to work with, but that is not anything to really hold your breath over right now.
He needs more than a miracle at this point, 1v4. 2 of them are low. Yes, there's a possibility of getting at least 2 frags. But the second he just opens up on one, an instant refrag is going to come in from either Mouse or Idiot. So,
oh my, he's doing so much damage.
He's so much damage, but he's not getting frags. That's the problem, because now those 3 players are just going to hold back, play defensive, let the timer run out. They do have the bomb control.
You say that. They have gone peeking into him, but luckily enough, Rallen's there. Would have loved to have seen something happen. But sadly,
we got it working, and it seems like Kinguin has made their thing work again. Pretty convincing pistol round here. Not a lot of unnecessary movement and unnecessary death on that side. So looking very nice. Taz is looking pumped, ready to go. And let's see here. It's going to be 2 M4s and my favorite weapon in the game by one of my favorite players in the game, Tad. Taz with the XM1014. The best weapon in the game, Harry. For that specific position.
Okay. You made it a lot more niche towards the end, but here's Maniz going to be keeping an eye on outside. Now, he has lost his teammate in the form of Roland and going aggressive. One man's been able to slip on by, but Reed's not knowing to be incredibly merciful. Does go ahead and shut them both down. There's Taz with the shotgun. Kinguin going to be moving on to their second round. Looking good right now on the CT side of Nuke. Interesting decision. I always forget, do they knife for side, or is it the team that picks?
Yeah, it's if I'm
you get to choose the side, right?
No, the opposite team.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So eUnited chose T side. That's the interesting part here.
To be honest, I kind of feel them because this is going to be hard no matter what. So you might as well be on the starting on the side where you control
the worst out of the way first. Yeah, as you say, they get to control the pace. Now, right now, you might not think that looking at this.
Oh, they actually do knife about the side. We just got it in our headsets.
See, I thought so.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, they knife for sides. The Kinguin feeling good on this one. They got the better side. It's their map pick. They're up 3-0. They're looking good.
DreamHack doing it old school. I like it. Coaches can talk and knives for side.
Just you wait till the next open. You just get like a monitor for winning. It's really old school. But
everyone has to play CRT. If you play anything other than like 800, 600, 4-3, you just automatically disqualified.
There's no hotel rooms. We've just set a bunch of hammocks up and then sleeping bags beneath them.
I'm very happy that esport has progressed and DreamHack have been following with it.
It's great. They took the best things of old, mix them with the best things of new.
Yeah, that's what you want, really.
That is what DreamHack do.
Oh, that was a good one.
Here's Maniz. Tell you what, he's going to miss that shot, but Roland's here to try and pick up the pieces. And instead, now he's rolling in the pieces. He's gone down. Reitz falls as well. Maniz suddenly, he's lost everyone towards outside. Now all the responsibility falls on his shoulders.
Dazzle with a nice one, and Relic's getting into a sick position here. Is he going to get the flash? Maniz, what can he do to counter this? He definitely knows where Dazzle is. Goes for the peek. Has to be a second one. Question is, where is Relix? That's the question. Taz inside. This is such a hard position with the shotgun. Has to be closer. Mini's now 1v4 and eUnited. Getting their first round on the board. Nicely done by them. Relix picks up the AWP. Looking kind of solid in this one. The question is, can they keep building on this T side? If they get up to 4, potentially 5 rounds, I think that's going to be very nice for them. They could definitely progress and get something done when they switch over to CT. But they do need, in my opinion, at minimum 4 rounds T side.
Yeah, no, I think even then that's been like a little bit on the low side as well. That's definitely the very bare minimum we're going to need to see from eUnited. But they've already fielded around early. Yeah. And on the back of that, you look over at Kinguin's economy now, and it's been brought down to its knees. So a victory here for eUnited can mean that reset moving into the next round. Suddenly you find yourself at 3-3. So this potentially, you know, is going to be a massive avenue into this game.
Key round
for eUnited. And you can't look over at there, Muddy. They had quite a few players survive back in the previous. So they're going to be fine to buy in the coming round, even if they lose this.
Mouse or Mousinho. It's actually interesting that he just shortened his name down to just Mouse now. Because it used to be Mousinho. Now it's just Mouse. Which is the same short term of the Team Mouse sports as well. It's kind of confusing. But he's still holding strong. Push gonna come towards ramp. Mini's gonna get a nade in there. Not gonna do that much damage, but Mouse will. And Reed's also just joining in on the fun. eUnited completely stopped in their tracks right now. Missed shot by Miniz. That could have been the final nail in the coffin. But still a big chance here for Kinguin to take this round.
Yeah, most definitely. eUnited going to try and play for A, but they will be walking in to just an armada of Kinguin players.
Look at this position.
Yeah, this is lovely. He's going to go ahead and spot out the last man. Try as he might, not going to happen. Taz finds a quick double, and that round is all said and done.
Taz is probably like the nicest guy in the world. He's like, no fist bumps, only high fives.
No, I think it was like he went to fist bump, then got high-fived into the fist bump. And then just like wasn't content with that because that's not anything.
We need more hype.
Yeah, I like that. He's the only guy who can, you know, like, is just cool enough to play off like a missed handshake or missed fist bump. But Rallen holding over here towards outside. So many players about to come his way. He is good for one. Manise drops the ball a bit as they managed to get on by. I don't think he quite had the angle to keep an eye on it, but I believe Rallen thought he did. So it's going left and right, but ultimately Taz holds his own once again inside of this A-bomb site. They just cannot deal with this man.
The beast from the east. Mr. Taz himself. Was probably playing professional Counter-Strike when you were born, Harry. And that's not even an exaggeration, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe.
Nah, that's probably a bit too much, but yeah. Like when you were going to elementary school, he was playing professional Counter-Strike.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He's been doing it for a while.
He's been here for a long while.
But he's putting all those years of experience to good use right now as he decimates eUnited. Well, this round's all said and done. There should be no more Kobe frags going the way of eUnited. Kinguin going to be moving on to a 6th. And this is where for eUnited, that round where they had the opportunity to reset Kinguin, you imagine how different this match might have looked had they won that. So the impact of Kinguin being able to win that and now keeping this round here clean as well is going to be monumental. It allows this CT side to start to build up a bit of a buffer. They're now in a position where they can kind of dodge that same reset scenario we saw them in just rounds ago. And suddenly Kinguin are well and truly on their way to fielding a utterly fantastic CT side as long as they can keep this up.
Yeah, exactly. This is also a very important buy round. Let's see what the T's have in store for us. Just in general, just going to push down all the way into secret. Manise is here though, good damage being done with the utility. And spray through the smoke. Rallen picks up the double. The AWP of Manise could shut this down right now. He will get the first one. Second one as well, Manise. Just on point. And only Ace remaining. He's going to just crouch to get out of his sight. And 1v5, Harry, there's no way.
Well, his name is Ace, and now he's got to live up to it more than ever. He's got to be the Maverick, and Taz will shut him down. It just does not happen. Kinguin going to be moving on to a 7th. And that round there, I mean, we still often talk about the Tasmanian Devil, but it was Denise the Manise who shut things down inside of this B-bomb site.
That second shot.
Fantastic stuff. Especially when you think about, you know, today, Manise is someone who, in my opinion, is like one of my favorite AWPers within the Polish scene. And I think there was like a time where maybe you could have even considered moving him into some of the bigger teams like VP earlier on. I know he was one of the names who people considered maybe along with like the likes of Mihu, who is there now. Yeah. Manise definitely, you know, lesser so, but has a lot of potential. I think there's no denying it. But what I was going to say, sorry, is, you know, right now he hasn't really been, you know, he's missed a couple of shots here and there. It feels like he's not really hitting the easy ones, but then the hard ones he's having a fantastic time at. But finding some confidence in rounds like that, landing a couple of nice flicks, that's what we want to be seeing from him, kind of starting to warm himself up now. And
we saw that in a few rounds on Overpass as well. When he had the chance to come in with the AWP and do these kind of plays, he definitely delivered. And now 7-1 looking pretty good. Looking like the opposite picture of last map. Spray through the smoke once again. Doing a ton of damage with the Molotov also. But no AWP close range to shut it down. So they're just going to play very defensive, not going to allow the bomb plant to happen. Because the CTs know that that's exactly what's on the agenda for the T side. If they can get that bomb down, that's all they want. It's on the back of Ace for now. Low HP, sees the door open. Misses a shot, and now nades and Molotovs have to come into the site. One guy goes down, secondary one with a secondary nade, and that's perfect. Relic's down to 9 HP. I don't think it's going to be a bomb plant this time around. Great angle, but not enough to spray them all down. Dazzle and Relics. Relics has picked up an AK-47, but still no bomb in sight. It's down on the site itself. And 2v4 with only one player on head armor. It's going to be very tough.
Yeah, very tough, or damn near impossible, it feels like. Now, another missed shot from Manise, but Naz is here this time to bail him out. 3 players homing down their sides with a 4th man flanking round from behind. That round was all said and done. Kinguin looking crisp here on their CT side of Nuke. Does make sense. It was one of the maps, if you think back to it, that VP, even when they were kind of really down in the dumps, it was one of the maps they could still do well on. Taz as well. He's going to be having a bit of a field day here with this new squad here on Nuke. I say new, like relatively speaking, obviously. Been here for a few months now, but...
Yeah, this is what I was talking about in the last map. Like, eUnited's statistics on this map are not very good. This is definitely one of their worst maps, and again, they are playing against teams in general who are weaker than Kinguin. So that's why I was so happy for them being able to pick up Overpass, because that creates an interesting series. It's not just going to be a 2-0 for Kinguin, because they are definitely the better team on this map, and we've seen it so far. I think the question is more like, how much damage can eUnited do? Are they just going to get completely run over, or are they going to get at least like a respectable result?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the problem, though, with a map like Nuke. If you are coming into it, you know, it's a map picker, Kinguin. They're a team that a lot of people are favoring anyway. You kind of feel like you've hit this brick wall now if you're eUnited. They're struggling to come with anything fresh, and you can see every avenue they take, Kinguin are there, poised and ready to shut them down. And this time towards outside, they managed one kill, but immediately Rowland's in position to trade things back. So Dazzle and Moose left alive. Not fancying their odds too highly here as Taz looks to try and move up that leaderboard even more. He's going to be, I believe that was 12-2, so fantastic showing from him right now. Dazzle left in a 1v4. This is not really feeling like a winnable situation, but Dazzle would love to prove us wrong.
Only 20 seconds to go. So at this point, it's either save the AK or see how much economical damage you can do to the opposition. He goes for the damage and gets some in on Taz, but not the kill. So economy will grow for that CT side. Kinguin will be looking even stronger in his first half. Taz always looks like he's aware of everything. It's kind of like he can see the Matrix. Sense everything, Harry, you know?
No, yeah, I know what you mean. He does. He just seems very in tune with everything around him.
Yeah.
But, you know, we can keep hyping. Okay, Dazzle.
That just seems reckless.
Well, he's going to go down. Sadly, bringing a knife to a gunfight. Not the answer to eUnited's problems. Already man advantage gained for Kinguin. No ground gain for eUnited. Dapper, the only man who's really been able to field too much, is all the way down here outside and hasn't progressed anywhere worth mentioning. He's going to get shut down. Relic will find one with that deep. Manish is now going to get tested here as these pistols work their way into these close angles. They're anticipating he's fallen back, but Manish is going to keep hunting down these frags. Now it is just Moose. He's been able to retrieve an M4 at the very least.
Once again, just like the last round, the question is, like, he's not going to be able to get away with it at this point. He's just going to fall to Manish, so not even going to be able to save the weapon. Doing some economic damage, yes, they get a couple of kills, that's fine, but at this point, a couple of kills is just not enough for eUnited. They need to get around on the board, and it's just not happening for them.
I can't wait till VP move in up-and-coming Polish professional Taz into their roster. He's looking good right now here on Nuke. He was also the guy who kind of had the notable performance, I would say, for Kinguin over on Overpass as well. Felt like whenever Taz was alive, there was still a shot at him picking up rounds. He's in good form right now. Manish, this is what we're talking about. He's starting to hit some of these shots. He's 11-1 right now, Riz. Top of the, not top of the board, sorry, but near the top of the board for Kinguin.
Having a good time. Rowland also having a good time finding the first one here. Very good at holding this main area. Very hard to get by. Oh, what was that? That was through the wall, Harry.
Okay, Ace, now things get interesting. This man was on 1 kill just moments ago. He's only on 2 now, but these are the shots that get you a little bit warmed up. You start to maybe have a bit of a better time of things, and sadly that doesn't translate across to the rest of the squad. So we're going to need to see Ace step up in this round. eUnited have to start to try and turn things around sooner rather than later, and Ace. That's the man inside of the bomb site, but easiest to worry about outside. That's a quick flick, though, onto Reach. So still a chance for eUnited in this round, especially as Ace is building up more and more confidence as time goes on.
Taz has a very forward position into lobby. Bomb is all the way back. There's only 30 seconds to go. eUnited, they have the world against them, but Ace might be the world beater here in this round specifically. Has a perfect position. But it all comes down to Taz here. If he gets a bomb, the round is over. He doesn't. Moose finds it. But Ace goes down as well now, Moose, in a 1v2.
Yeah, this is a big moment. 1v2, as you say, bomb on his back. Only 7 seconds left. He's going to try and take the fights. They know they just have to hide away from him. There's no time to get this bomb down, and he gets flushed out. That will be the recovery from Kinguin. They hold on. Devastating for Ace after he tries so hard. Moose as well.
What is it? Oh, wow. We were talking about the Matrix before. This man, he only sees the code.
This is only good for eUnited. You know, you're starting to get Ace a bit more warmed up. He's hitting a couple of nutty shots here and there. He's going to be feeling great. Moose has had a couple of fantastic performances. You know, albeit pretty low impact frags. It's kind of been towards the end of the round. We've seen these guys pad those stats a little bit more. But, you know, I mean, a shot or two through a wall, well, it's nice to see, and it's confidence building. We need to start to see some results now from eUnited if they want to hold on in this map. You said 4 rounds to be their bare minimum. I was hoping for more than that. Dapper will trade for Rallen at the very least. But now, look, you see, they go into a 4-4, and now their momentum just get immediately removed from this play. They slow down. They go running into Manice, and he's going to go ahead and find absolutely everybody. Relics now left alone and in a 1v4, and it's just not happening. 12-1 for Kinguin.
To be honest, it's very clear to see that, and this is with no offense to eUnited, but they're just not a good Nuke team. Like, they're a solid team on most other maps in the pool, but Nuke is just not good for them. And you have on the other side Kinguin, who are very well trained on this map, under the leadership of Taz. Manice constantly roaming around, changing his position, especially on the CT side. They have the smoke banks outside. Everyone's lined up for a Molotov, and 2 guys coming to spray in when that TXQ comes that way. They just seem so ready. They know exactly what they're doing, and eUnited, they're struggling a bit here. Gonna get shut down completely. Moose gonna get 1, but immediately shut down. No! Another missed shot from Manice. Only 1 HP now. Pull out the pistol, and Taz comes in with the help. Nice hit 4. And they might only get 1, Harry.
Yeah, I think for eUnited, that's pretty devastating right now. You can see that no one looks too thrilled. But for Kinguin, what a resurgence it's been. And we kind of spoke about it, we touched on it a little bit yesterday, is whenever, you know, you kind of let someone like Taz, you let the guy who's the biggest voice in the team start to get pumped up, start to get excited, you're going to be in for a bad time, because he's someone who can really kind of rally the troops behind him, get you pumped, get you excited. And after that kind of defeat on Overpass, Kinguin looked fairly deflated, right? They didn't look themselves. Taz seemed a bit disappointed, but they are very much back and out for blood here on Nuke.
Building back into it, indeed, and as you said, Taz is one of those guys that can really help with that situation. And now, last round of the first half. T-side with pretty much a full buy. I think may have been missing a 1 flashbang or so. Ace will find the first one. That's Reeds to go down.
I think right now Ace is to be one of the guys to really start this comeback if there is going to be one for eUnited. He's started to really kind of hit a couple of nice shots in these last few rounds with the AWP, and I mean like exclusively the last 3 rounds or so. That's where most of his kills have come from. And now that they've been able to get that big green gun back in his hand, I'm hoping that we can see things switch up for eUnited. They're setting up outside of this A-bomb site. Moose readying that Molotov for the top of the hut. Things heat up for Taz, but he's been able to get past, and he does find one before Relics trades him. Now the pressure falls on a Mouse. Losing this team over him, Mini. The pressure very much on, but oh, Dapper gets caught, knife out. Moose tries to trade, but missed shots mean that that bomb is dropped in the open. 1v2, and Moose is going to struggle here. He's the hometown hero. Does find the first, pivots back round. Manice is there. With only 1 death on the board right now for Manice, he must feel immortal. Going to go wrapping round, but doesn't quite find it. There's only 5 seconds, but Manice going to land the shot, and that's Kinguin. 14-1 at the end of this first half. That is as clean and as clinical as it gets.
Manice with 16 frags and 1 death. That is insane.
The thing that's even more monumental about it, I think that just goes to show you how good Manice's positioning is for the most part, is like he's not even really hitting, like, you know, he's missed quite a few shots. It feels like for every 3 he's shot, he's kind of hit like, I'm going to say, like, you know, like 1.5, like 50-50, you know, like not great. But I don't know why I picked 3. That was a terrible number to do. Like, and then my voice cracked.
You know about casters and maths.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it just doesn't go together well, does it? But regardless, for Kinguin, they're going to be feeling fantastic right now. They need to win the pistol and then just an anti-eco, and that's it. They close out this second map. They take us through to map number 3.
eUnited just want to get out of this with a good feeling. Want to get a few rounds in. Just feel like, okay, we can be competitive on this map. This wasn't a full-on straight loss. Get the pistol, get the first buy round. Kinguin is probably still going to be able to just grind home the last 2 rounds they need, but just leave the map with a feeling of, okay, we're not completely stuck in this matchup. That's what I hope for them. See if they can get it. It's going to be Dapper on C-set smoke. Ace, Kit, smoke as well. So double smoke set up for the CT side. Only 1 smoke and 1 flash for the T side. And that smoke is going to be safe for the lower plant, as they are moving down to a secret.
Yeah, they have gone barreling in towards this B-bomb site. I'm not sure United are going to be ready for this blistering pace. Relix has turned around to try and refocus his attention down here towards B. Ooh, okay, nice shot from Moose with the corner of the smoke there. Relix finds one more, so United looking fantastic in this pistol round. Kinguin don't get anything done. They manage, what, 32 points of damage, and that's going to be it. That round was so fast, the cameraman wasn't even fully ready for it to be over.
I think the smoke was too short there. Usually you want to put that down so you can at least get the bomb planted in the smoke. But there, it didn't really seem like it went too far enough. So maybe a slight mistake there from Kinguin. But nonetheless, it wouldn't really have mattered that much. eUnited, they look pretty on point in almost every single duel. It's nice that they can get back into this game just a bit, get some confidence flowing. M4 on Moose, XM on Dapper. Kinguin gonna go for the outside smoke play. Maybe also tried to go for the vent dive, but wasn't successful. But only pistols here for Kinguin. Ace going into the vent. Dapper making noise there. I'm sure Taz heard that. And Ace now spotting one downstairs. Secondary coming in, but it's going to be the frag. Dapper just giving it away. And you can see he shakes his head. He knew what was going on there, but got too afraid and overstepped his boundaries. Now Taz has picked the XM up. Relix has to hold down on this B site. 3v4.
This is scary now for eUnited. Kinguin, they don't have head armor. That's one thing to bear in mind. That's going to make all 3 of these weapons up for eUnited insta-kills to the head. But, well, Relix not inspiring us with confidence that he's going to hit these headshots as they do come in, but he's got support at the very least. Manise is able to trade, not before Dazzle instantly answers back, and now
I think
it's
he's got Taz.
Once again, with this auto shot, he's got to show that he can make it work. 1v1, and spots out Moose. The bomb's down and out in the open. He's able to retrieve it, and now he tries to run up towards the A bomb site. He's going to get there. He's going to be allowed to get the bomb down. Taz has been showing a lot of love to the auto shotgun in this match. It would be fitting now if they reach map point on the back. Have a 1v2 with it. He's got a lot to do, though.
Yeah. Moose inching his way forward, gonna get to the bomb now. What's Taz gonna do?
Trying to smoke it and try and sit on the bomb, taps it. Taz goes peeking in, and while he does tag him, it's not gonna be enough. Moose in with the defuse.
Doesn't have a kit though, but yeah, it will be just in time. No worries. So 14, they stay on there for Kinguin, keep them at bay just a little bit. eUnited, still alive, the dream. Moose and the boys. Can they do anything? Kinguin probably felt like they could have won that. That was a pretty big chance for them to just get number 15 on the board early on, but they're gonna go for the hero AK play, the buy-in, 3 of them. Mouse, Manise, and Taz. And then Reed's on the Galil and just a singular deagle on Rallen, who dropped the weapon over. Ace with a good start, though.
Yeah, they don't throw any smokes towards outside, so no one from eUnited was really anticipating that much aggression. Ace did spot it, but one man has been allowed to slip by down secret. That's Manise, who immediately springs into action, finding one. Reed's going to go ahead and drop Ace as well, so still the man advantage up in favor of eUnited, and now it all falls onto Manise. He's looked good with the AWP. Haven't really seen too much on the rifle from him. Dazzle is going to best him there in that 1v1. eUnited moving on to a 4th round.
And that's what I was talking about. Just getting, like, I'm thinking around 6-7 rounds on the board for eUnited. And even though, yes, they might still lose the map, and they probably will, but they feel like they've been competitive about it. That's the thing, right? You want to go into that third map with some confidence still in you. And getting 6-7 rounds is not going to destroy you completely. Mouse with the Desert Eagle. And all around on the Kinguin side of things, just serving up for the next one.
Yeah, Kinguin did go for that attempt at the early buy. It's now come back to punish them. Oh, he's going to go and find himself 2 more. This is the thing that's going to start to get scary, though. The AWP on the CT side can just be an absolutely devastating tool if used properly. And Ace certainly showing that he's got the ability right now. Oh, wow. Look at him go. He's 1 short of living up to the name, but regardless, 4 kills for him. They're all confidence building, all going to start to mean that he can spring into action here in their second half, and that's what they're going to need if they want to keep longing this out. The comeback is still a very long way away, but let me tell you, if Ace can keep hitting shots like this, maybe we can't write that off just yet.
Nice round from him. Just like sitting ducks, but the question is now, Kinguin fully equipped. It's not going to be as easy. Full utility on everyone apart from Mouse. And Moose on the other side of things in a very pushed up position. He can get caught behind a flashbang, a Molotov. This is dangerous, but it's high risk, high reward. Seems like the T side know exactly what he's doing. And yes, they will. Double push. That's going to be a guaranteed kill. And that's why that position is so high risk. The second that someone spots you, that the T side know what you're doing, they can have 1 player lock down the upper position and 1 player just pushing, taking a pre-fire. And there's almost no chance of you winning that as a CT. If they don't check that, it's a very strong one.
I feel like usually if when we see people try and play that position, you normally have like a bait and switch set up someone else to get their attention, but there was a lack of that towards outside, so it was very easy to isolate Moose. And on the back of it, King would have found themselves a man advantage. They're now poised to try and take map point here in map number 2. eUnited currently 1-0 in the series, as you can see on your screens right now, that little blue square. But Kinguin want to try and take us through to a 3rd map, and I believe that's going to be Cash. Mouse goes ahead and starts to clean things up, all on relics, and while the MP9 almost prevails, it's not going to be enough. Ultimately, map point in favor of Kinguin. They are not ready to leave Montreal just yet.
The luggage might not be here yet, Harry, but they are definitely here. They're not.
I mean, the worst thing would be if the luggage gets here and they're not here, right?
I've had that happen.
So we got eliminated on day 2, so we all flew back.
Yeah, I've had that happen. That sucks.
You got eliminated on day 2?
Yeah. No, I lost my luggage, and then on the way back for a DreamHack.
Oh, that actually, yeah, that seems pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Oh.
The second I got back to Frankfurt in Europe, they were like, hey.
That's why the kids just wear all the clothes you're taking on the plane. Then you don't have to pay for luggage.
Like 5 layers.
Like 20 layers.
20 layers.
And who's gonna even bother searching all 20 of them layers? But
pro tips from Harry. Moose though, that's a nice shot from him to begin the round. Up on Minis, we've seen how much damage they could do on the CT side. The question is, can he replicate the same on the T side? Usually a very hard thing to do on Nuke. On the CT side, you can choose so many different positions. Hold back and rotate, position yourself around. On the T side, you kind of have to make your own space with it. And a lot of players have struggled with that in the past. Minis, you're going to have to wait and see.
Court rotating down towards ramp, right out in the open. The timing's unfortunate there, but that's all it takes for Kinguin to have found themselves an equalizer. Into a 4-on-4 we go. We can see elsewhere eUnited trying to probe for a bit more information. Moose even spotting the aggression down towards B. They cut off the lurker as well, who was over in the back. That was Taz. So now it's just Manise and Rallen left alive. This was looking like a great round for Kinguin, the one that could have closed out this map. And suddenly, it's all turned sour. Moose going to go ahead, find himself 4. That will be the round.
Going to keep Cash just away a little bit more, making sure and they're not going to go down without a fight. This is also very irritating for Kinguin because they kind of feel like with the 14-1 scoreline, we should wrap this up and go home or go to the next map, right? But eUnited are fighting back. And that's the kind of like the small mental things that can position in your head after a map like this.
Yeah.
Okay, we should have closed it out very easily, but we actually struggled. Now, why did that happen? If they bring that fear onto the next map, that's a slight advantage for United.
Yeah, I mean, you can already see, right? They're on the side that kind of sets the pace, gets to play to their speed, to their strength over for Kinguin. And yet they're kind of lacking that same confidence we saw from their CT side. They're going to try and test Ace, and this could be a decision they come to regret as they look to try and pad this man's stats. He's going to go ahead and find himself a couple of kills rather than won't last much longer. eUnited on to another. Smile starting to come back out here for this team. For Kinguin, things have slowed down. There's no denying it. That round there just being an eco, weren't expecting them to take it.
Looking very solid here from Ace. And you were talking about him earlier, being one of the players who needed to step up. And I feel like he's definitely done that in the last 10 rounds of the game. Looking much better. If you take just the last 5, I think his stats are +4, +5 just in the last 5 rounds. Looking very solid lately after a very slow start. It took him, I think, 10, 12 deaths until he got the first frag on the board. Slow starter, but now he's on his true level. Smokes outside, going to be deployed by Kinguin. Going to look to go into secret. And Rallen here will be the spearhead of that formation. But Ace in a position to stop them in their tracks. First one down, second one surely to come. Misses the shot, has to rotate away. Puts down the Molotov.
Drops the molly at his feet, pressure's on. It's going to be alleviated thanks to that incendiary that does go down just in the nick of time. Gives him some breathing room, and that's forced the hand of Kinguin away from secret. Instead, they're going to try and look to toy with Ram. Or potentially Heaven. Looks like it's going to be the latter. Dazzle's going to be relying heavily on his teammate here to try and help him out, keep him away from trouble. Dazzle might not even need Moose, though. He's found 2. Now Moose emerges from the woodwork, and Rallen's left in a 1v3. Now, he's had some fantastic performances today, been the unsung hero of Kinguin. He's got to try and be that once again now, but it just does not happen. eUnited soldier on forward, going to be securing themselves an 8th round.
Looking very good. The smiles are coming back as well. That's also a good sign that everything's working out the way it should be. All smiles on Dazzle as he gets 2 frags. 15-8. This was 14-1, remember. eUnited been battling back and doing that very heroically. Pistols now for the Polish side of Kinguin.
Relics is in danger, and he knows it. Things are heating up for him, literally. The Molotov down at his feet. Taz able to find the frag, and now the bomb can go down inside of B. If Kinguin managed to find this map on the back of a partial buy with pistols, that would be gut-wrenching for eUnited. Smokes are down, and Kinguin having a little bit of time, a little bit of breathing room here to get into the post-plant positions.
So much utility left for the CT side as well. Weren't ready for this kind of blitz. Here we go, Steve's dead in hand. Can't miss, can't hit any of them. Full misses, and now it's all on Taz.
1v3 players all around. You do not fancy his chances here. Taz going to get cornered off and dropped. Defuse is there. eUnited moving on to a 9th. So good attempt from Kinguin. They get the bomb down. Thanks to the loss bonus, they're going to have no issue buying in the coming round.
I kind of feel like that was a missed opportunity for Rallen and the Mouse there to get something done. Close range with the C-set, yeah. 2v2.
Yeah, it was such an awkward angle there to try and come in from the doors opening, and there being 2 players right there. You know, it's quite a jarring switch to have to pick one, but sure. Definitely agree. More could have came of that. Imagine the scenario where he finds 1 or 2 kills there. Suddenly, Kinguin could be closing out this map, but they have to buy anyway. The bomb goes down. They've got max loss bonus. They've already lost Rallen, though, and that is going to be music to eUnited's ears.
I like the fact that I think it was Moose who pushed out very aggressively. He's been choosing a few aggressive positions, but now he's going all out. Pushing very early on, getting that first frag. Now he's at the back of lobby. He's getting so much information right now. He's basically saying, okay, it's not going to be A. They're probably all in radio right now. And yes, he does go down, but 1-for-1 trade basically plus information. That's fine for him. problem is if Taz can get the double here. Now it becomes kind of dangerous because now they've thrown 2 people away.
And you kind of see Kinguin gearing up for a bit of a fast play down here towards ramp. They take control. The foresight from Taz is to quickly pivot round, keep an eye on that flank, anticipating the aggression in response to them taking ramp room. That is just a fantastic read from him. He doesn't just find one, he's able to find 2 and retake that man advantage now for Kinguin. This could be the round that closes out this second map and takes us through to cash. Relics standing alone and inside of B. So much on his plate here, he's got to be hungry for it, and Taz is not letting up. He will fall, but the Molotov able to find the 3rd for him in this round. Now has to just sit back and hope that the rest of his team can close this out. He'll be there pumping them up every step of the way, and it all falls onto Ace in a 1v3, the bomb ticking away. And this feels like it should be impossible for him now. He has so much to do, and while he has looked good, he's been good at hitting these impossible shots. It's just not going to happen, and that will be Kinguin picking up map number 2. We're going to go 1-on-1 in this series, heading through to the decider to see who will be leaving us here at DreamHack Montreal.
Took a while, but Kinguin finally managed to get the win, the W. And I have to say, though, on the eUnited side of things, very nice for them to scrap together 9 rounds, just so they feel a bit more confident going into that next map. It's always nice to see, even though they only got 1 round of one of the sides, to turn it around and actually do something. That's good for them.
Yeah, and you know, I agree with what you say about how it's great to not allow Kinguin to go into that next game with just that steamroll mindset, right? If they're able to go in there feeling that confident, if they win that 16-1, I think, you know, Cash just becomes a very, very quick, like, slaughterous affair almost.
And it's the Polish plow again, you know?
Exactly, right? I mean, these guys, whenever they get the momentum going behind them, there's a reason we used to say Virtus plow back in the day, right? I can't think of one for Kinguin off the top of my head, but I'm going to try and get it done. But, you know, while I'm thinking of that, we're going to go and throw this over to a quick break, and then we'll be back with map number 3.